Sunday fun day. So we'll see what I can get done today because all this Christmas shit's getting in the way. That's right. We're a week out from Christmas. Not even. Christmas is this Friday, everyone. So, or no, is it Friday? Saturday. Christmas is Saturday. Shit, that means Boxing Day Sunday. Is that going to ruin my Sunday fun day that day? We'll see. But anyway, we're going to play a little bit today on the car. I can't do too much, but we can get a few things done. I'll show you what I'm going to do. Now, somebody has mentioned, and again, like I say, I'm not a teacher. I'm just a guy doing videos, showing you what I'm doing, having fun at it. That's it. Whether it's the right way or wrong way, that's your choice. It's your decision. Everyone has different ways of doing things. At the end of the day, as long as something is done right and solid and going to last, that's all that matters, in my opinion. Someone had mentioned you didn't put any bead rolls in the floor. Bead rolls. What are bead rolls? Bead rolls are when you look at a floor of a car, it's got like indentations in it. I don't have anything to show you on here right now, but anyway, you all know what bead rolls are. I have a machine to do it, yes. I didn't put any in the back piece here because I'll tell you why. Two reasons why you have bead rolls. The first main reason is it strengthens the piece of metal. You're bending a roll into it, you're strengthening that metal. Okay? You want, especially doing on floor pans, because the reason is when you put a flat piece of sheet metal down, you're going to get oil canning. What is oil canning? Oil canning is when you have a flat piece of metal. I'll see if I can show you here. Here we go. This is a flat piece of metal. Sometimes when you weld a flat piece in here, you'll get like a high spot, and you go to push on it like this, which this is not doing. You'll push on it, and it'll go bunk, 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 bunk. It will not do that if you had bead rolls in it. I didn't bead roll this because I didn't have to, because I didn't have any oil canning going on with this piece. I have no oil canning going on with this piece anywhere whatsoever. I've got none. So the only other purpose the bead roll would have helped here is it would have gave the floor a little extra strength, but I really don't need it in this situation. It's not a big floor. And the other thing is it does look nice when you look underneath the car or in the car to see those little rolls. I don't care about in here. I'm going to upholster all this. Gas tanks covering all this shit. Seats covering all this shit. Right in here, it does not matter. I may have to roll some in the front. If we do, then you'll see them then. You'll understand why they work. Here, I didn't care. If I look underneath the car, would you see them there? Not really. My diff is under here. My spring is under here. Everything is under here. You wouldn't see them, so it wouldn't help me for looks anyway. Let's look at this. Here we go. Here's a prime example. Here's the floor pan in the Camaro. Here, let me feel. How can I see these indentations? Bead roll. So it gives it strength. Strength. Huge floor pan, no. Look at the width of this sucker compared to my little wee floor pan. So, yes, I could have put some in there. I didn't bother. You know, I just wasn't worried about it. I may have to on the front. Right now, for me, I'm just having fun. I'm playing. I wanted to explain that to you, and there we go. All right, so what am I going to do today? Well, I do have a piece of old-time garage, it says right there. Old-time garage, 1x2 tubing. Start looking at the car. We're going to go on to our next situation here. We have to bring our floor down into this area. And I found a piece, actually, of 16-gauge metal laying around. We got to come down in here. This is the original cross member. But you can look at all the holes cut in this thing. Holes here, holes there, holes there, holes everywhere, which is weakening it. And it's not, I don't know if you can see this. It's not welded on very good. It's moving all around. It's got rust coming up through it, all that. It's like a U-channel. What I mean by U-channel is it's up, it's down. I don't care about these lips, this factory, but I don't need that shit. Underneath here, you can just put your hand, it's very thin. I'm thinking about cutting that out and doing much like I did there, the 1x2 tubing. It's going to be stronger. Good thing for it to be stronger in a car like this. It's so small, and nobody really sees it. I'm not worried if I don't have a factory correct cross member in my body of my car. You know, I'm not that guy. I'm not building it to be like that. If I was, well, then I would be building this car bone stock. And holy shit, that'll be the day I want a bone stock mount light. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut that out of there, because if I don't cut it out, I got to start filling all these holes. By the time I fill all them holes and do all that shit, I could have had that cut out, and I could have had this welded in, which is much stronger. So that's my next step right there that I'm going to do. Okay, so that's where we're going to go next. What else can I show you? I was going to show you today. I think that's about it. I took the piece off my riser for the water pump right there. I'm going to be chopping this off of it. I'm going to be chopping this here off it now, getting rid of it. That's for the alternator. I don't want it, so I'm going to be left with this. So I'll be doing that today too, I hope. So let's get on to cutting away here. Let's get this show on the road. All right, one brace taken out, and one stronger brace put in. Same place, same height, same everything. Just stronger, a little better. Is it original? By no means it isn't, but it ain't gonna matter. So now I'm gonna see if I can do anything with this piece of metal that I found in the back shop. Maybe I can continue and get in here done. That's why it's Sunday Fun Day. All right, I've got my floor piece cut, made, holes drilled to plug weld it. So I'm going to plug weld it all across there. I'm going to plug weld it across the front here. I've got it ready to go. I've made sure that this is where my body bolts down. I've made sure I've drilled the holes so they're in line where they should go underneath. What else can I show you? I did roll. You see here, there. I rolled a couple beads in here. Now I messed up. When I went to roll them in, I drew the lines on this side where where I kind of wanted them, and I started with this one, and I had it the wrong way, so the bead is rolling up, and they should be kind of facing down, but it doesn't matter. This is what you do. You roll a couple of these in, because I was worried it might oil can here a bit. It hasn't got as many braces between this area as it did back in there. So this is what you do, and like I say, I did this one the back the wrong way, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Instead of having the bump going down, it's going up, but the other ones are going down. So maybe that'll be a new fad. Maybe that's my trademark. Every time I do a floor pan now, I'll put one the opposite way. Then when people look at it, they'll say, hey, Rick at Old Time Garage did that car. So let me show you. I've just got a cheap and nasty bead roller, but it does the job just fine. There you go. So it's just a Magnum product. It works really well. You got to mount it down or hold it with your feet where you're using it. So you can see, I used the bigger one. That's the one I set up. There's all different ones. There's even, well, I shouldn't say the bigger one, but there's even bigger. All right, there's one. There's another size there. I know it doesn't look like it in the camera, but they're all different sizes. So you just change out your wheels for deciding on how big of a bead you want to put in it. And you put your metal in here. You crank the handle, and away you go. Mind you, got to tighten this bolt down. When you slip the metal in here, you tighten this bolt down because you got to keep pressure on these two, right? You got to keep it tight. So that's it. Works really good. I'm gonna play with this one day when I ever get spare time, when I retire and stop building cars and doing everything else. I'd like to put an electric motor on here. Wouldn't that be the answer? Anyway, so there. Put a couple rolls in it. I did do a couple rolls on that one because, like I say, that one could possibly oil can, so it won't for sure now. It's kind of where the seat's going to be going, and the last thing I want to do is bolt the seat there and hear that thing popping and banging. So, yeah, let's put a floor in. What the hell? Oh, we also did one other thing. I welded up the holes that were along here, if you remember, where that funky gas cap was. So I got that taken care of. And I still got one tail light to take care of. See, remember we put that tail light in on the last episode? Quickly, and someone had remarked, hey Rick, you got upside down, that's the drainage. I know, I just threw the light in there though. I was just concerned where it bolted. It's not a big deal. So I just got to do this one next. There we go, and I can flip that light upside down to keep everyone happy. But it's just sitting there, so that's good. I got to decide whether I'm going to keep the license plate kind of there, or it's going to stay on the back, whether I lower it a bit, or I don't know yet. That'll be something I'll figure out later. But anyway, let's get a damn floor welded in this son of a bitch. All right, here we go. She's all plug welded in place. And I stitched it a little bit along the sides. We've got our bolts that hold her body down lined up. Beautiful. We got some, like I say, we got some bead rolls in there. It's not oil canning anywhere whatsoever. So that is now done. I know these videos are probably getting a little boring the last 3 weeks. Floors, right? The thing is there's lots I can do on the car. I'm kind of going back and forth. But until I get this firewall, And you remember I ordered the 32 Ford firewall. So I'm going to have to do some modifications there. So that's going to be quite a good video. So I got to get the firewall in there, set it back where I think it's got to go, and set my engine and tranny back. So I make sure I got the right clearances. Once the firewall's in, then that'll determine where I want to put my seat, which will then determine where I want to put my gas tank, because my gas tank's behind my seat. So there's only so much I can play with. I don't want to, I could take the car off the, I could take the body off the frame and start the body work on it, but I don't want to do that. Then I'm just setting it back down. It's already here. Just leave it alone. Wait for the parts to come in. What did come in was I ordered this little piece here off of Speedway Motors, okay? Because I'm running a 48 to 52 Ford pickup, steering column, and box. So what this does, there is a keyway that goes in here. I don't have it in there right now, and you can see the keyway lines up with that. That's going to go on there like that. Okay? That allows me, yes. I couldn't find, now on American Graffiti, it ran a Coupe, is it Coupe? I can't remember, wheel made by Anson or something. Very rare wheel, hard to find, and if you do find it, people want $1 zillion for. It basically looked like this wheel wasn't as deep in as much as this one, wasn't dished in. Like on this part, this wasn't dished in. And it went like a big circle, and a little wee circle. It's a really cool wheel, but I'm also not looking to spend, I've seen those wheels go anywhere from $200 up to $500 American, because people want them for their American Graffiti build. Well, I'm not building that car, and I don't need that exact wheel. But this is a wheel I went with for now. I've always loved the look of these wheels. Let me see if I can find the nut here and put it on. Give you guys an idea what it's going to look like. Let's see here. Okay, so here we go. Give me a second here. Let me see what we can do. Let's see. I'm going to set this camera down, guys. You can stare out into space out there. Okay. While I get this set up. There's a keyway. I'm not going to put it in right now. We don't need to see that. All right. Get this wheel on here. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too long for you. Let me get out of the car. There's the wheel. Get a better view from the back. I went with a 13.5-inch wheel. I actually picked this wheel up off of Facebook. It came up on Marketplace Facebook. These wheels sell for, I don't know, just under $100 here in Canada. I gave the guy $60 for this wheel. It was brand new in the box. And I like the look of it. For now, anyway. It's kind of got what I'm going for. I don't want to go too big a wheel. I like the fact that when you look through the windshield, you can just see the top of the wheel. Like, I think it looks beautiful. Because this had a banjo wheel in it, you remember. An original banjo wheel. And I think it was like 17 inches. So I've dropped it down now 3.5 inches. That's going to give us a little more leg room going in and out. And you don't need a huge wheel in a car like this because these things steer extremely easy anyway. So there we are. So anyway, that little piece, like I said, for anyone out there building Model A's that are using the F1 steering box, that piece just slips right on there. Works out like a hot damn. And works with your Grant wheels. Okay? So now if you're looking for a part number, let's go check this shit out in the office here. Part number for that was, there you go, 916-327-65. Okay? Tells you right there, I don't know, you probably can't read that. 1928 to 48 steering wheel adapter. But those steering columns and boxes in the 48 to 52 Fords are all the same. Because mine in the truck right now is actually, I think it's a 49. And this thing works good. You can buy the Grant wheel adapter, but it's a big bulky thing, or this is a lot nicer. And you need the keyway. So there we go. Beautiful. So that is what is going on. So, and I also here, right now for the day, I cut it out, got my other taillight in. Now I got to cut this up, got to cut the piece of that and weld that in. So that's what's next here before this day ends. Alright, so got that welded in across there. So there we go, we got a couple taillights in there now. Like I said, I remember I said in the last video, I went with these. I think they suit the back of the car better. I love 40 Pontiac taillights, and the odd thing is that when I first bought my first Model A I was ever going to build, I bought 40 Pontiac taillights because they're such a beautiful light. But then when I got this car and saw them on the back, they looked really good, but they just, I don't know, maybe it's just me. When I see something, it has to flow. Everything has to kind of blend in together. It can't be one thing and then another thing about a car. Everything has to blend in. And I think these taillights blend in better than the 40 Pontiac do. And there's other taillights out there too. You could use, you know what another good one would be here? A 4951 Ford car. So with that being said, talking about blending things in, you guys all know how I said I had a secret part coming from the dash. Okay, well let's hear. And it's nothing really that crazy. It's just something that I didn't have. I couldn't find it here through all the stuff I've got, all my collectibles. I had many of different styles of them, but I didn't have the one that I wanted that would work. So I went on eBay, punched in what I was looking for, and looked at several of them, hundreds of them, till I found what I thought would work for me. What is it? I'll tell you what I did. I'm not putting a radio in this car, so I wanted the dash show to look like it had a radio delete plate. Now the 51 dash did, but in a 51 Ford dash, if you look at it, it's got two plates for the radio. I didn't want to use it because it was interfere where the gauges are on this dashboard, because everything's been altered, right? And I wanted something that had that long rectangular look, but was curved, and also would work with my gauges. Was going to be not bigger or smaller. So let me show you. Now it's just sitting in here mocked up. Look at that. So I want you to, before I zoom in, I want you to pay attention to something. See the gauges, how they're curved? I know they're round, but see how the curve is there and the curve is there? I wanted a piece of something, a radio delete, that would not be longer or shorter than that. Shorter I thought looked funny, longer definitely would look funny. This is almost the right measurement. This is 53 to 54 Plymouth, and this is new old stock. It's never been used. Look at this, and I love the 3 stars on it. So now I'm not cutting it out in behind. That's the other thing. I wanted to find a radio delete plate that would go in there where you didn't actually have to cut the dash out. This one luckily has got 2 studs on it, where all I had to do was drill 2 holes and bolt it on. So normally on the Plymouth, when you take that off of there, you'd have a big hole in your dash. Well, I don't have to cut a hole. You're going to assume there's a hole there for a radio, but there isn't. Look at that. Wait till it all comes together. Gauges, this gauge, new lens in that gauge, headlights are over there. Oh my God, I'm so happy with it. And where are we? See if we can do this. Maybe now I can do this while you guys are here. I showed you this little, because this is not my column drop, okay? Oh God. What have I done here? What have I done here? There we go. This, there, okay. You see how this, I made this? I don't know if I've got it, am I holding it in the right, I'm roughly, anyway, it's hard. I'm trying to hold the camera and do this at the same time, so. I made it so it's cut out around the column, doesn't touch. On this side, I will run my fuel gauge, because I'm assuming the one in the gauges don't work. If it does work, that's fine. I can put a different gauge here. And then on this side of it, where I haven't cut out yet, I'm going to put my ignition, my key, rather than on the dash. That cleans it up, and just the headlight switch there. Right? And then you remember the glove box store, I put the little V8 emblem on there. But I don't know, what do you guys think? I'm thinking this is just going to look fabulous. Let me let go of that now. I just love this piece. Like I said, I wanted to make sure it would fit in there. Oh, I'm so happy. Anyway, that was my secret piece. I got some more floors in there today. I've got some metal measured up. I've got a game plan for here, what we're going to do. Got it written down, got to order some metal. We got that welded up today. We got a bunch of stuff done today. Unfortunately, I got to stop. I got to stop on my Sunday fun day because I got to spend the last hour of my Sunday fun day epoxy primering and texture spray in this car underneath. This is the Camaro, which, you know, I don't want to ruin my Sunday fun day and do my video on that, but this is the Camaro that's going to be leaving here this week. So I need to get this epoxy primered and texture sprayed right now, so this can dry up, and then tomorrow I can put it on its cart and it's going home. So I got to do that today. But that's it. So I guess the next Sunday fun day is going to be Boxing Day, if I do it Boxing Day. So I guess with that being said, I want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. I'm still going to do my normal Christmas video for the shop. You'll hear this again, but, you know, Merry Christmas. I hope you're all having a good time. Hope you're all enjoying yourselves, working on your cars with your family, doing whatever you got to do. It's all good. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. And remember, it's always good time at old time. And Sunday fun days are the best. See you later.